Hi, and welcome to Best in Tesla and the new show Overflow episode 25. Volkswagen is having trouble in their European EV plant, even though this is where they are doing the best. Because legacy automakers have experienced a sudden and traumatic shock in China. And Tesla Cybercab is going to flip the robotaxi market on its head. And Elon Musk had a conversation on X about making the world healthier and wealthier. And Tesla showed off a humanoid robot doing some dancing moves. And Tesla China saw wholesales were down. And Tesla's full self-driving drop off a passenger at the LA airport. And solar is absolutely dominating everything else right now. And the Model Y managed to stay Europe's best-selling EV despite the factory shutdown. All of this and much more in today's episode. Let's dive right in.
Let's put our living stereo stylus in this groove.
Volkswagen is having trouble in their European EV plant, even though this is where they're doing the best. Because in China, they have been dropping out of the sky. We hear about more trouble for Volkswagen, as Alex wrote on X. Despite its success, the future of Volkswagen's Zwickau plant is uncertain. So this is the plant Volkswagen completely retooled for their EV powerhouse, their high-tech manufacturing, that they used 26 months to retool, and it cost them about 1.2 billion euros to do so, at the same time that Tesla built their Berlin factory. And in 2024, 204,000 vehicles were produced in the Zwickau factory. So they have never got it up to the 330,000 units Volkswagen said this factory would produce. But 2 weeks ago, they did celebrate the 1 millionth electric vehicles that rolled off the production line at the Zwickau factory. But as Alex continued, but the plant has been suffering from the slumped-in sales of BEVs for some time now. This has already led to job cuts. The contract of 2,800 temporary workers have expired. The last 400 will have to leave in June. There have also already been cuts for the permanent workforce. The plant is now only running 2 shifts. Night shift has been cancelled. At the end of last year, it looked at times as if the plant was completely on the brink of collapse. Zwickau was rumored to be one of Volkswagen's sites that could be closed. Important models such as the Volkswagen ID series of electric cars will be produced at Wolfsburg in the future. Zwickau will be downsized. This is a bitter decision by distant corporate headquarters, says Saxonite Minister of Economic Affairs Dirk Panter. Ouch. And people are trying to tell me that Tesla is the one that has demand problems, even though Tesla continues to show that the new refreshed Model Y that they have just started deliveries of here in May around the world, as S.E. Robinson wrote on X. Tesla began Model Y deliveries in Hong Kong yesterday, just like I showed with the UK and Australia and Israel and many more. Tesla is just now getting their vehicles out to customers, and they are not planning to close down their Berlin factory, but is ramping up as fast as they can. And Europe is actually where Volkswagen is doing the best with EVs. Volkswagen Group delivered 216,000 EVs globally in Q1 2025, a 59% increase from the 136,000 units in Q1 2024. So sales doubled in Europe, but dropped by over a third in China, reflecting a mixed regional performance. But even though Volkswagen seems to be okay in Europe, they are sizing down their Zwickau factories, so seems like they're not doing as well as they hoped for. But they are completely losing in China. But that is not only Volkswagen, of course, as Michael Dawn also wrote on X. Epic shock. End of an era. The China market of growth and profits forever has vanished for non-Chinese brands. Global automakers will sell 7 million fewer vehicles in China this year than they did in 2020. Volkswagen down 1 million cars, GM down 1 million cars, Jeep went bankrupt, Suzuki out, Mitsubishi out as well, and Nissan deeply wounded. If we take a modest $30,000 as an average selling price, this means a loss of $210 billion in revenue per year. Such a sudden, traumatic shock, people still trying to get their mind around it. So even though the Tesla haters has been trying to tell us for years that Tesla was doomed in China, even that the Shanghai factory was a freaking meaningless, Tesla is the one that has grown from 50,000 to 650,000 from 2020 to 2024. And it is the legacy automakers that has actually a demand problem, as they have dropped 7 million cars on the ground in China. And if you, like me, have a 5-year-old Tesla, it might not smell of new cars and roses anymore, but there is a solution for that. Drift, the sponsor of this video, which is an American company that creates air care products for your car and home. All materials they use are sustainable, and their scent is made with natural, essential and fragrance oil. Their car product range from $9 to $15, so they are super affordable. And they have a very nice design as well. So you can choose between the wood or the stone depending on the look you prefer. And then you just put the little clip on your visor, and the scent stone or the wood just snaps on magnetically, so it's very easy to use. So I thought I would put one of these bad boys in my old Tesla Model 3, as it suddenly starts smelling of old car after I got my new Model Y that just smelled of new car. And Drift has made it very easy to always have a good smell in your car with their subscription. So you don't have to do anything after your first purchase if you don't want to. First you receive a starter kit with a clip and a scent, and then you can just get a monthly refill, as they recommend changing it every 30 days. The stones tend to last a little bit longer than the wood ones. And a nice thing is also their scent of the month, which features a new limited edition scent. This is inspired by the season, so the scent of the month will also give you some variety, so it's something new for your nose every month, sometimes even with a hint of musk. Their subscription is very flexible. You can change the scent, your delivery frequency, or cancel your subscription at any time. So scan my QR code on the screen now, or click the link down below and use my coupon code to get 55% off your first month at drift.co. So your first month will be less than $5. So go nuts, my friends, and enjoy a good smelling car, and a big thanks to Drift for sponsoring this video. Tesla's Cybercab is going to flip the robotaxi market on its head. Elon Musk roasted Gary Black on X, as Elon wrote to Gary's post about Uber being able to offer lower cost robotaxi rides than Tesla. Wow, he really doesn't get it. So Gary thinks that the hardest part is making the app and not the manufacturing of affordable autonomous vehicles. Just so funny, but I did make a whole video about how Tesla is leading and how there is no chance that Uber and Waymo can compete with the likes of Tesla. No chance. But I will leave a link to that video down below if you want to learn about Tesla's 7 income streams from their robotaxis and software, whereas Waymo only has 1. And Tesla is the only one that has built a purpose-built robotaxi from the ground up that should also be easy to manufacture and 100% automated, and be the most affordable vehicle Tesla has ever made. The opposite of basically every other robotaxis on the street. But Nick also made this nice post that summed it up quite nicely, as he wrote, Cybercab is purpose-built fully autonomous robotaxi, meaning no pedals or no steering wheel. The seating position is unlike any other car. Think of the interior as more of a lounge instead of a traditional car interior. The legroom is massive. The butterfly door makes getting in and out so easy since the door frame is wide open. Also, they give you a sense of convenience since they will auto-open when getting in. Plus, they're cool as hell. And Tesla says they are aiming for 300 miles of real world with less than 50 kilowatt-hour of battery pack. It will become the most efficient EV on the market. The Cybercab is strictly charged wirelessly. There is no charge port. Tesla says the wireless charging technology is well above 90% efficiency. Wireless charging will enable the car to automatically charge itself without the need of human or robots to plug it in. Cybercab also won't just be used for commercial use. You'll be able to purchase one for yourself around $30,000. With unsupervised full self-driving, you will be able to sleep, do work, watch movies, or even play games as the car drives you to your destination. This technology will spawn a new appreciation for transportation. Individuals that can't drive due to disabilities or age can now own their personal robotaxi. It will change the life of many. I was fortunate to be able to ride in one a couple of times in October, and it was awesome. I will definitely be buying one for my personal use. Yes, Tesla's future with the Cybercab is insane because they have thought the whole network through, including production, automation. No one gets close. As Mario also wrote Shang Summers Geily's math, Waymo's 1,500 robotaxis generate $250 million in revenue and still loses money. Now picture Tesla with 100,000 robotaxis by 2026. 100 miles per day, $1 per mile, 80% margins equals $2.9 billion in pure profits annually. That's 12 times more than Waymo's revenue, and Tesla is just getting started. Scale to millions of cars, and you are looking at hundreds of billions in potential profits. Yes, no one has a chance to keep up with Tesla's robotaxi service in scale and cost. As Elon also wrote on X, Cybercab will become ubiquitous. Elon and Jesse had a conversation on X about making the world healthier and wealthier. Jesse here shared some of this chart that showed and said no such thing as a low-energy rich country. People keep missing this. GDP is not fixed. GDP equals joules. Increasing our energy supply and using the energy more efficient makes the world wealthier. One solar panel per person can lift the world out of energy poverty. 10 panels per person can bring the world to US levels. That's not personal electricity consumption. That's all consumption, industry included. And Elon tuned in and wrote, yep, useful energy output is the foundation of the economy, just like sunlight is the foundation of the ecosystem. To first approximation, any given country's good and service production will be proportionate to their energy output. And Jesse continued, a lot of people say we don't need more energy. We can simply use less and be more efficient. The 6.3 times difference in GDP per kilowatt hour between Ireland and Qatar seems to support that, until you notice Ireland's energy uses per capita is still 1.7 times the global average. Ireland is a tax heaven. Qatar's GDP comes from exporting energy-dense products like petrochemicals to places like Ireland. Efficiency does matter. Efficiency is a multiplier on energy. But we will never create a world of abundance without greatly expanding our energy supply. And as Elon wrote, as we progress along Kardashev scale, energy harnessed of Earth will increase 100-fold and will mostly be solar, aka fusion, aka starlight. If you don't know, the Kardashian scale measures a civilization advancement by energy use. If you want to learn more, just grok it. But then energy harnessed will increase perhaps 1 billion-fold if we make it to Kardashev 2 with space solar power, and another 1 billion-fold if we harness the energy of our galaxy. What I'm saying is there is a lot of upside potential. Yes, we can do so much more, and Tesla's new mission is of course transitioning the world to a sustainable future of abundance. So what I'm saying is there is a lot of upside potential in Tesla's future. And let's squeeze in the last short news topics into this new show. Yes, it's time for the Tesla Shorts. What started as a joke of a human dancing as a robot on stage at Tesla's event is now starting to become real life, as Elon shared a video of Optimus dancing. Of course, not a useful task, but shows us the ability to control its body and keep its balance and move like a human. And Ashish, leading Tesla AI for Optimus, wrote, Sim to real. zero shots, everything is running on board and real time. And Milan, an engineer at Optimus, wrote, more coming shortly, the team has been working very hard in the background, entirely trained in simulation with RL, many optimization and fix has been put in place in our sim-to-real training code. The cable is there in case it falls, not actually holding the butt, since this is an early result which will get more stable very quickly. Can't wait to get some more updates about their robots doing some real work in Tesla's factories. And Roland shared some numbers about Tesla's Shanghai wholesales, so that includes both export and domestic sales, as Roland wrote. A few days ago, the low wholesale number of Giga Shanghai was a bit surprising. Now we know that it was due to low Model Y sales of only 25,000 units. That is half of March. I guess production is the bottleneck, but the reason is unclear. On the other hand, April was the second highest Model 3 sales ever with 34,000 units. So we have to remember that these are not strictly sales numbers, as wholesale numbers reported by the Chinese Passenger Car Association is the amount of vehicles leaving the factory. So these are basically production numbers. So why are they low? Well, one reason could be that Tesla is done with the launch edition and has been shifting the production line over to the long range and standard range versions. But we usually see Tesla's Model Y wholesales being lower in April than March. So it should not be too surprising, as this is a normal pattern combined with Tesla's ramping up production of the other version of the Model Y, but May is usually higher than April, so let's see how this month goes compared to April. And Tesla Asia shared that at Gigafactory Shanghai, treated wastewater is successfully utilized for fish farming and flower cultivation, turning the factory's wastewater into a full-on sustainable flex. Nice. And Felix shared this chart, by Laraffel of course, of my country's rise in BEVs, showing the perfect S-curve, as he wrote. Denmark's electric vehicle surge is just incredible. February 2025, BEVs 66.1%, plug-in hybrids 2.8%. Yes, they are completely dead in Denmark. And ICE vehicles are 31.1%. Trailing 12 months, 54.4% BEVs. Only Norway is ahead now, Sweden is third. ICE extension event incoming. Their internal combustion engine is pretty much over in Scandinavia. Yes, indeed. And as you can see on this chart, it is expected that Denmark will go from 20 to 80% BEV market share in less than 4 years. Yes, in small countries all over the world, the transition can happen really fast. And Omar shared, Tesla full self-driving drops off passenger at Los Angeles International Airport. And as you can see in the video, it drives itself and turning in and parking at the drop-off at the airport. So it seems like Tesla's full self-driving software already knows how to do this. So driving people to the airport will be no problem. And construction has begun on a $700 million of Tesla's Megapack battery energy storage system in Georgia, United States. Very nice. We see these huge battery system pop up basically on a weekly basis now. Not bad for Tesla's energy business. And Duncan wrote, I don't think people realize solar is absolutely dominating everything else right now, sharing this chart showing global annual additional power generation by technology. Yes, solar alone supplied 40% of total incremental global power generation in 2024. So we are seeing play out what Elon Musk has been talking about, that solar will make up most of Earth's energy generation at some point in the future. And we talked a lot about how Tesla sales are down because of the refreshed Model Y, but speak too little of what a great achievement it is Tesla has done with the transition from the old to the new Model Y, as Alex also wrote on X. Facts: the Model Y is the best-selling BEV in Europe year-to-date in 2025, and Tesla has managed to do this despite the fact that the factory in Germany did not produce in parts of January and February, and in March, April and May production is ramping up, but is neither at full production nor are all vehicles being delivered to all countries yet, as I talked about last week. With the switch to the new Model Y in 2025, Tesla has achieved something no other car manufacturer could have done. This is a massive success. Yes, just so impressive. Of course, Tesla is going to be down because of this, but they still managed to have the best-selling BEV in Europe despite that. Is just impressive. And we got some more news about the tariff war between China and the US, as they have reached a trade agreement on a 90-day pause. The US will cut tariff on Chinese goods to 30% from 145% for 90 days, while China will lower it to 10% from 125% for 90 days, according to the US Treasury Secretary. And Alex shared this chart from Top Gear and wrote, "Way too many people don't realize how well Tesla handled. It's not just a drag race monster." Yes, indeed. But then Vest from Tesla tuned in and wrote, "Same list with the price column added by Kroc, and then you can see that Tesla's Performance Model 3 is the most affordable model on this list by far. Just as Hagerty said in his review, when you take the price into calculation, the decision is not hard. Tesla's Performance Model 3 is faster around the racetrack than the Audi R8 that cost almost $200,000 and only loses to the Ferrari that cost $427,000 by 0.3 seconds. I have said it 100 times, but I gladly say it again. Tesla is by far the best value for money you can buy." And Rami also wrote on X while sharing this video, as he wrote, Please send me a video of any other company that can drive me in New York in the rain, door to door, without any interventions. I didn't need to be in the car. I could have easily been in the backseat of my own Tesla robotaxi, and the result is it took me to lunch automatically. Yes, when more people realize that this is possible, and in a few weeks, unsupervised in Austin, the demand for Tesla's cars will go up. And Tesla's launch of the Model Y as a robotaxi in Austin is going to be the best advertising Tesla has ever done. And if you're worried about all the people you are seeing writing about how they are selling their Tesla stock and here is why, well, the short answer is they really don't get Tesla as a company. But Nick reminded us all, oh, the irony. Yes, Tim Waltz said Tesla stock is 225 and dropping, and it's now up 32% since. Fred Lambert from Electric said, "I sold all my Tesla share and now it's up 27% since." Ross Gerber said the Tesla stock price now reflects the value of having no CEO. Great job, Tesla's board of directors. Time for a shake-up, and now it's up 117% since. And good old Gordon Johnson, we have not really heard much from in a long time, said Tesla is the company that is going to zero, and now it's up 1,571% since he said that, about when I started investing in Tesla in 2018. And Herbert Dees once said Tesla's days are numbered once we get serious, and now the stock is up 1,477% since. And since Tesla is still around and beating Volkswagen, I guess Volkswagen is not serious yet. And Steve Wozniak said Tesla's overhyped. I don't think they'll be around in 10 years. That was 8 years ago, and the company value is up 1,325% since. Or Carlos, they are a niche player, they won't scale, and now it's up 1,663% since, and has increased by 36 times in sales since 2015. So guess they did scale. And good old Jim Chanos that had to close his headphone because he shorted Tesla, but no wonder, as he said back in 2010, I'm not sure Tesla has a business plan that's going to work. And now Tesla's stock price is up 18,658% since that great comment from Jim Chanos. Yes, Nick. Oh, the irony. And the lesson, don't bet against Elon Musk. That is all we have time for in this Overflow News Show. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button. It really does help this video a lot so others can find it on YouTube. And if you did like it, maybe you want to consider hitting that subscribe button, notification bell, so you don't miss out on future videos just like this one. And if you're already a subscriber to the channel, thank you so much for the support. But if you want to support the channel even more, remember you can, for as little as $1, become a patron of this channel, or become a member of the YouTube channel to get a shout out as some extra perks like early access, ad-free versions of my videos, exclusive videos. So hit the members button or check out Patreon to find out more. And don't forget to follow me on X. I post pretty much all the news as it comes out and a lot more. And check out the merch store to get some merchandise and support the show. It It is also possible to support the show without becoming a member or a patron. There is a donation option down below or on my website bestintesla.com. You can also become an executive producer and get news articles, exclusive videos, behind the scenes, and access to all my research, charts and spreadsheet also on bestintesla.com, or as simple as hitting the super like button. And don't forget to check out Drift for a nice smelling car. And thank you for watching. And until next time, take care out there and be nice.